Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new top 5 Lost Thunder video. In today's top 5 video, we're going to be looking at the top 5 best new decks to come out of Lost Thunder. All the decks that are going to come out, they're going to be new archetypes, stuff we have not yet seen before, and we're going to be counting them down. And yeah, we're going to look into it. It's going to be pretty fun, and if I did miss any deck for some reason, leave a comment down below. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the top 5 best new decks to come out of Lost Thunder. And guys, coming in at our number 5 spot is going to go to Giratina Malamar, a deck that's kind of going to be a updated Malamar Shrine deck, just with the addition of the brand new Giratina. Giratina, of course, here, once you're in turn 4 you attack, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may play it onto your bench, then put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This ability is really, really powerful. Being able to just discard it early on with Ultra Ball or Mysterious Treasure or any other new cards. There's a new Sporter that also comes with it coming in this new set. But yeah, the deck is going to basically just be a very powerful archetype. Giratina has a lot of good traits. It's a Psychic type. It has resistance to fighting, which is really powerful, since now Buzzwoles and like Zygardes and Lycanrocs are going to do less damage. This thing is not even going to get one-shot by a Lycanroc without Dangerous Rogue. Shadow Impact can also hit pretty hard, 3 for 130. You'd have to put 4 damage counters on one of your Pokemon, but this card is just going to be really good with Malamar and Shrine of Punishments. It's going to be a very threatening archetype that is going to be coming out for sure. There's a lot of cards that this deck is going to be able to play. Since it's going to be a Malamar Shrine deck, Giratina is going to be really big. You know, stuff like the new Onyx is going to be played in the deck. So this is definitely going to be one of the best new decks to come out of Lost Thunder, and that's why we have put it here at the number 5 spot. Moving on to our number 4 spot now. And guys, coming in at our number 4 spot, we have Zhora, Tapu Koko, or like Zhora decks in general, but mainly like Zhora, Tapu Koko seems to be the general consensus for Zhora. But this is just going to be a very powerful archetype. Lightning is getting so much support in this set. Zhora can hit like a truck with that attack, with Choice Band, with the new Lightning item card. It's going to be insane how good Lightning is going to get now. Zhora seems to be just really good now with Tapu Koko. You know, there's been talk of like with Tapu Koko, with Naganadel in the deck also as like a way to use Tapu Koko's ability a bit easier. So there's a lot of possible combinations for Zhora. I've even seen talk of Zhora Rayquaza, Zhora Vikavolt. So Zhora definitely seems to be very powerful and seems to just be one of the best new decks to come out. It is still weak to fighting, which is going to be its ultimate downfall. But who knows, maybe Zhora Solgaleo becomes an archetype. It's possible. Zhora definitely is going to be a very good deck to come out of the new set. Lightning just gets so much more support now that it looks as if Zhora is going to be one of the best decks. I mean, the deck just has so much, right? Zhora, Tapu Koko, you have, you know, Arrow Trail, you have Naganadel, you can, you know, combo that. There's also all the Lightning support cards. Zhora is a very aggressive deck thanks to its first, or its GX attack, sorry. So it just seems like a very good archetype. So we've given Zhora the 4th spot. It's definitely going to push a lot more fighting decks, but we'll have to see where it goes. But, you know, speaking of some fighting archetypes, we have another new deck coming out here at our number 3 spot. And guys, coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Buzzwole Alolan Ninetales. Now, the reason why this deck seems to be so good is because it did well in Japan, and this deck just seems really, really promising. So, obviously, Alolan Ninetales GX, if you don't know what the ability does, for some reason, it's just really powerful. When you place Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your, you know, Pokemon, so your Alolan Vulpix, search deck for up to 2 item cards. That is just bonkers. And obviously, it's probably going to go best with Buzzwole, or even like a Stage 2 deck. But it seems like the Buzzwole version is going to be the one that catches the most steam, because with it, you can grab like Choice Band, you can grab B-String kind of being the big one. Obviously, Alolan Ninetales has a lot more potential with other stuff too, like possibly with Decidueye, and also maybe with like even Metagross to a degree could see some play. There's just a lot of possible Alolan Ninetales combinations. Buzzwole does seem to be one of the better ones, and also being a fairy type, you can run Unit Energy in the deck, which allows you to use Alolan Ninetales, which is actually a really good attacker by itself. So, it seems like the Buzzwole Alolan Ninetales deck is going to be one of the best archetypes to come out of the set. Technically, it's kind of like an already existing idea, you know, like Buzzwole, Ninetales. You know, Buzzwole is already pretty popular right now with like Lycanroc and stuff. But it does seem like the Ninetales variant is also going to be like really, really powerful. just because obviously Buzzwole, it just goes so well with Ninetales. Being able to get your B-strings and stuff like that is just really powerful. And this is going to be a new archetype, I'd say, just because that ability is going to change the way Buzzwole plays. You know, Buzzwole right now relies heavily on like Lycanrocs and also Macargo right now to work. But now that we have Ninetales, we don't have to worry about that as much. So this definitely seems like it's going to be one of the better new archetypes to come out of the set of Buzzwole, Alolan Ninetales GX. Now we go into our number 2 spot. And guys, coming in at our number 2 spot, we have Blacephalon with Naganadel. This archetype just seems to be really promising, and it is going to shake up a lot. And it's just such a good deck. Obviously, Naganadel's ability comboed with Blacephalon's attack is really good. Naganadel's ability allowing you to attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to Naganadel once per turn is really powerful when you use Blacephalon's attack for 2 fire energies, does 50 damage. Put any amount of fire energy attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone, does 50 damage for each energy you do. So obviously, yeah, the idea is you get like 3 Nagandels in play, you get like 3 energies on Nagandel's a turn, and then you just Blacephalon, go ham, oh my gosh, tongue twister. Blacephalon also does have B-String to work with too, which is also one of the best traits about it. Also has access to cards like Kiawe. Blacephalon just seems to be really, really powerful with Naganadel. It performed well in Tokyo, and it's most likely going to cross over really well here in America. We're probably going to see Blacephalon Naganadel be a big archetype. Naganadel also offers a lot to this Blacephalon deck because it does have a counter to Buzzwole and to a degree stuff like Garbodor. Obviously, being able to, you know, be a Psychic type means Naganadel is going to be able to attack and one-shot Baby Buzzes, and with a Choice Band or Beast Energy, which Blacephalon is obviously going to play because it is an Ultra Beast, you're going to have a counter to Buzzwole, which is really powerful on its own. So Naganadel Blacephalon is going to be one of the best archetypes to come on the set by far. It's a deck that's been getting a lot of hype. It's a deck that a lot of people are saying is going to be huge, and we'll have to see how the deck performs. I'm going to be interested to see how this deck does. But yeah, I'm excited for Blacephalon Naganadel. It's going to be a very big deck, and it comes in at our number 2 spot for the best decks to come out of Lost Thunder. Now we move on to our number 1 spot, which should be pretty obvious what it is by now, but let's get into our number 1 spot. And guys, coming in at our number 1 spot is hands down going to be Lost March. Now, in general consensus, is this really going to be the best deck to come out of Lost March? Is this going to be the deck that's going to change the game? It's going to be the big meta deck. Everyone's going to want to, you know, test for this. Probably not, but this is without a doubt the most hype deck to come out of the set. Every day I see people talking about Lost March. It's just that insane of a deck. It's going to be the deck everybody wants to play. It's the most hyped deck that is coming out of the set by far, hands down. And yeah, we're going to look at it obviously, and why is it so good? Well, it's like Night March. Not as good as Night March because you don't have Battle Compressor, which is one of the things that Night March kind of excels in. But you have a lot of different abilities and even an item card that allows you to take advantage of the attacks of both Jumpluff and Natu, which are both Grass and Psychic. Obviously, Jumpluff being a Grass type means you can hit Lapras, you can hit Lycanroc for weakness. Natu being that Psychic type lets you, you know, hit like Buzzwoles for weakness, which is huge. But you have so many good things. You have Skiploom's ability. Once during turn, before you attack, you may search your deck for a Jumpluff, switch it with this Pokemon, place this Pokemon, all cards attached to it, into Lost Zone. So you put the Hop and the Skiploom in the Lost Zone. And of course, you have Trumbreak, or Trumbeak, sorry, with Mountain Fairy. Once during your turn before you attack, if this card is in your hand, you may place it in the Lost Zone. If you do, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, then return it to the top of your opponent's deck. If it's a supporter, put in the Lost Zone. So that ability right there is really powerful. It's really disruptive, but it does give you that free Lost Zone type of ability, which is what you kind of want to have, and it gets more Pokemon Lost Zone. You also have Lost Mixer, which also allows you to put some things in Lost Zone. Just overall, this set just seems to give so much support to this Lost March deck. Obviously, we're never going to see Lost World come back to the format. Maybe it will, who knows, maybe Lost World actually comes back in some crazy fashion, and then Lost March is like never going to be an archetype, but by far Lost March, the most hyped deck. Is it really the best deck to come out of the set? Maybe, maybe not, but it definitely seems to be the most hyped of them all. But anyways, I do have some honorable mentions. 2 decks that I think just barely missed the list. Just because, you know, are they good? You know, yeah, they're good, but they didn't quite make the list. But the first honorable mention just goes to, like, Sceptile. Really, Sceptile GX with, like, the other Sceptile seems really good, because you can counter Blacephalon and Naganadel and Buzzwole and stuff like that with the other Sceptile from Celestial Storm. Sceptile GX with the new Stadium seems to combo really well. There's been talk of Sceptile, Lul, and Exeggutor, which did well in Tokyo. So there is some talk for Sceptile, but it just barely made the list, unfortunately. Granbull's also the last honorable mention I want to give. Granbull seems to be a very funny deck to come out of this new set, but Granbull does have a very fun attack with its first attack. For 1 Fairy Energy, if you have no cards in your hand, this attack does 130 more damage. Base damage is 30, which means you hit for 160. With a Choice Band, you hit for 190, which is perfect numbers. But really, this attack here is just really powerful, and you know, it's really easy to kind of control that hand size. There's a lot of combos you can use, and again, it did decent in Tokyo, so this archetype does have some light to it. I think it'll be better in Expanded, to be quite honest with you, but in Standard, it definitely works pretty well. It is also a 130 HP Dark-resistant Pokemon. Zoroark is going to have a hard time dealing with Granbull. So Granbull and Sceptile are kind of the 2 honorable mentions to this video. Just the ones that didn't quite make the list. But they are still really good archetypes that are probably going to see play when this new set comes out. But those are the 5 best new decks to come out of Lost Thunder. I'm hyped for this set. I can't wait for it to come out. The driest period can end kind of between the sets, and also Lost Thunder is just a big set. There is a lot of videos to make on this new set. There is so many cards coming out in this set. It's insane. It's the biggest TCG set for a reason. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, that'll wrap today's PCG. Did I really just say that? This will wrap today's video. If you enjoyed this top 5, make sure you leave a like. Did I actually miss out any decks? I don't think I did. Those seems to be the, I guess, like the 7 that people are most looking forward to. But yeah, that'll wrap today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to help me hit 4K subs. We just recently hit 3,500 subs. So you want to help me reach 4,000 subscribers, subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed this video and this top 5 video. And I'll catch you guys in another video, probably PCGO, standard video. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.